We're back again. Australian men's interstate teams matches for 2016. Trying to provide you some Queensland highlights. We've got the home ground advantage this year at Brisbane Golf Club. Round 1 against traditional rivals New South Wales. 23-year-old Dann making his debut for Queensland this year. This was a little pitch shot at the short par 4 6th. Set up a birdie. He was playing Kevin Wan, who opened with a course record 63 at Metropolitan at this year's Australian Amateur. But Charlie led this game from start to finish. This was a 9-iron from 138 metres on the 7th, and he'd go on and win 5 and 4. Mitch Smith is another Queenslander making his debut this year. He had a big drive, a little bit of fortune there. That was his eagle chip on the 6th. Set up a birdie. He was playing Austin Batista in the number 4 game, who had a few good shots of his own. This was a great shot himself on the 6th. But Mitch also led this game all the way. This was a great approach shot to the 12th, 167 metres with a 7-iron straight over the flag, and he'd also win that game 5 and 4. Dylan Perry for New South Wales in the number 5 match. It was a par save on the 6th. He was playing Queenslander Shae Wools-Cobb, one of only 3 Queenslanders returning from last year's team. Got home in 2 on the 12th, the par 5. That set up a gimme birdie, and Shae would go on and win 5 and 3. So that's 3 big wins for Queensland, but the remaining 4 games were all very tight. This is Stephen Cox making his debut for Queensland. A nice approach shot with a sand wedge to the 6th hole. He was playing Blake Windred, who held the lead most of the match. That was a birdie putt of his own at the 6th. Stephen needed this putt at the time to stay one down. That's how the game remained all the way to the 18th. Cox needed to make this putt to try to halve the match, missed on the low side, and Windred was able to make a safe par, take the match 1 up, and put the first point on the board for New South Wales. In the number 3 match, we had the only junior in the Queensland team, Charlie Pilon, fresh from a trip to Tasmania with the boys' Interstate series. It was a nice bunker shot at the 2nd. He had a very tough match against Travis Smythe, the Aussie Amateur runner-up, very experienced player from New South Wales, who had that nice pitch there on the 6th. Charlie had an early lead, but the game tightened in the halfway mark. That was a par save on the 12th, kept him all square, but Travis won 13-14. This putt at the 16th kept him 2 up with 2 to play, and he'd birdie 17 to win the match 2 and 1. Speaking of Aussie amateurs, here's a former champion, 2015 winner Cameron Davis for New South Wales in the number 2 game, playing Queensland's Blake Proverbs, who was undefeated through last year's series. This was a nice approach shot at the 2nd hole, set up a birdie for Proverbs, gave him an early lead. He was 2 up through 10, but Davis made a string of birdies on the back 9, that one at the 16th, put him 1 up, and when Blake found trouble on the 17th, Davis just needed to get up and down from over the back of the green to claim a 2 and 1 victory, and that made the score 3-all. One final match left to decide it, and this was one of the most interesting parts of the day. Anthony Quayle in the number 1 game for Queensland. Ball goes right through the bag of Harrison Endicott. If it had a touched it, he would have had the option to replay the shot under match play rules, and
great shot, Quayle.
Didn't seem to bother Anthony. Just chipped it in for a 3. It was all square after 6 holes. Harrison jumped away to a lead though. He was 2 up at the turn. Anthony played this nice shot to the par 5 12th. That set up a birdie. Got it back to 1. But Endicott was playing tough. That was a par save on the 17th. Meant he was 1 up with 1 to play. So New South Wales can't lose it. The best Queensland can do is hope to win the final hole and make it a 3.5-all result. The door was open. Endicott found the trees but played this terrific recovery shot. Set up pretty much a guaranteed par. The last hope, Anthony had to make this long-range putt for birdie, missing it on the low side. So Endicott with a safe 2 putts locks up a 1-up victory, and New South Wales have managed a 4-3 victory over Queensland in round 1.